This week, we join back up with Jason and Dave. I only hope that things have picked up for them.
Noon is fast approaching on the 8th here. It's been pretty slow morning.
I guess things are still the same.
The farmer on the east edge of this woods here they're out starting to work that field or spread manure or do something out there. And that pushed a handful of deer down through the bottom here. But that's been about it for movement. We have seen very, very little natural movement.
At Whitetails Inc., we do all the work and don't hunt with outfitters or guides on huge pieces of managed property.
We're do-it-yourselfers just like you. Some call us crazy, and honestly, we may be a little psycho.
We document our hunts on camera, enjoying the outdoors as much as the kill.
We have extremely high standards and only compete with ourselves.
The only thing that makes us special is our level of dedication.
Welcome to Whitetails Inc.
This episode of Whitetails Inc. is brought to you by
Wicked Tree Gear,
Ozonics, scent elimination that works.
White Knuckle Productions,
Vortex Optics,
Lone Wolf Tree Stand,
Stick and Pick Trail Camera Mounting System,
Tenzing Outdoors,
Arborwear,
and Covert Trail Cameras.
Well, so far the move to the drop tine has paid to be rather eventful. I just had seen a little buck, another buck and a doe popped out right here in front of us. And pretty soon it was like 7 different bucks going by. And they were getting a little bit bigger. I kept thinking, oh boy, still really cool when you have like 7 bucks just all swarming around a doe like that and trying to play catch up. Well, November 8th is kind of spiraling to a close here. We had what I'll call the chase for today. It was around 1:30 or so, I think. And since then, we have not seen a thing, and it's after 4 now.
Hey.
Well, for as dead as it's been, that's a welcome sight. Even though it wasn't a shooter, it was at least a decent-looking 2-year-old, which we seem to have a lot of this year. David and I have been talking over the last couple days, and it just seems like we don't have the age class of deer that we normally do. I don't know whether it's because last year a lot of them got shot off with a rifle, or a lot of them got killed off by EHD or what, but we just aren't seeing or getting trail camera pictures on our trail cameras of big deer. So we'll keep on doing what we're doing. That's the first deer we've seen since about 6:20 this morning. It's now 10:37. It's been a long 4 hours.
It's all part of what we call the rut in November. Just hasn't blown up the way I think all of us expect it to, and typically does. You know, by the 10th of November, we've usually had some pretty good action and seen some nice deer. I have not even put eyes on what I would call a shooter yet this year, and not that I have huge standards. It's just been really rough to see anything older than a 2.5-year-old deer. And since September, really only have a few pictures of such deer. So maybe this morning is going to start the day right, but we had a full day today, and then our vacation time is pretty much done. I'm just hoping for something encouraging this morning. So
Well, for what it's worth, that's the nicest buck I've had anywhere close to me all year. Beautiful little 8-pointer. I'm pretty sure I've got pictures of him. He's just the kind of buck I'd like to, somehow he could grow through, get through a year here. Beautiful seed for next year. Just a perfect date. Made the morning of November 10th worth doing so far, and it's early yet. We got a full day. Hopefully it's a sign of bucks cruising a little bit.
I had high hopes for this week to get out New Year's Eve day and New Year's Day, but woke up New Year's Eve day and threw my back out, and I've been shot all week. And even today, the last day, tempted to try to get out and just see what happens on the last evening. We have bitterly cold temperatures coming in, but with my back, I can't get to the woods. Can't get there, let alone sit or do anything constructive. So I guess that's a wrap, and I'll start putting some gear away for a few months. But that being said, it just starts over again. I'll start tomorrow thinking about what we can do in the woods, tree stand setups, scouting, just to make things better for next year, and start the 2014 chapter and what Aaron Lewis would say is a story that never ends. So on we go. Come on, 2014. It's going to be good to us. I can feel it. It is May 17th, and it is food plot season. Time to get the Wisconsin 2014 deer season kicked off here. Actually, it's not the kickoff. I mean, looked for some sheds, found a couple. Nothing too exciting. Did a lot of wood cutting this winter, just trying to open some things up. I've always wanted to experiment with putting some trails in the woods here on some old existing logging roads and never gotten around to doing it. So today, I've got a large garden tractor with one of those lawn sweepers on it. I'm going to try to use that to clear the trail. We'll see how that goes. Kind of an experiment, but if I can get that cleaned off, get seeded.
This woodland plot, I think, it's gonna shape up real nicely. And for this year, I'm gonna try throwing some clover in there. I've got some other seeds too. I might try to mix in some rape or something like that just to see how it does. Shade is gonna be an issue. There's just no doubt about it. I'd like to keep peeling this back and open it up, but I'm not gonna get all that done this year. I'm really excited. Last year was such a disappointment in so many ways. It was all fun. It's always fun. But we just didn't see any good deer. We weren't consistently on deer, and while I felt we made some good moves and did a lot of the right things, it just didn't pan out, which is hunting. But I'm really working to lay some groundwork here, because this is if we can get them where they stage up here just a little bit, we've got some good stand opportunities for west winds, north winds. It sets up nice for this property. I don't know that this would be a plot. That's going to be the problem with tilling too. Tree roots are going to be a definite issue. We can't dig too deep, that's for sure. This isn't, like I say, a situation I want to put a ton of money into. Probably plant it either way, but I'm just going to take this into the county on Monday, get a soil sample, just so we kind of know what we're dealing with here, or whether it's just throwing good money after bad. But it's going to be sandy, that's for sure. It's all about the acidity. It's sitting in the woods here for a long time. That should do. Well, it's May 24th, about a week removed from coming out here, doing the initial disking, working on my plots some more. A couple friends, they were working on fertilizing their plots yesterday and were nice enough to come and do mine right away. So now I'm just back today to disc, and I'm probably going to go get the cultipacker, and if not today, then tomorrow come throw some seed and then cultipack it back down the last time. Might hold off on all that tomorrow, doing the seeding and the cultipacking, we'll see. hoping for rain on Monday and Tuesday, or a little bit of both. Something. Hate to ruin everybody's weekend, and actually I probably jinxed myself. It won't rain at all now. It is May the 30th. I'm out here to try to finish up my spring planting. Looking around, I see I've got some seedlings coming on what we already did. As we seem to run into every year now, a little more rain wouldn't hurt. It's pretty dry out here, but I've got some little clover coming and some other stuff poking through. My concern is the thickness of it. I'm really worried about it being too sparse down in places, or for really as well as the prep work went, I don't want it to be all scattered. Just going to work my way down. Just a real light rain would be the best thing to pound this in, but just a little bit of seed to soil contact. Just enough. And the deer have just been beating this up. It's all dug up all the way down there. They love that fresh soil. Piques their curiosity, and shorts in the woods was a great choice. The skeeters are coming. So I better get this finished up and get out of here.
I've now been using the Stick and Pick trail camera stand for the past couple years, and I've got to tell you, it's the best camera stand I've ever used or seen. Its sturdy base will hold any camera without tipping over in even the softest mud. It's completely adjustable in the vertical, horizontal, and angular directions, which is what makes this stand so easy to use. The Stick and Pick is very affordable and will literally last forever. Stick and Pick also produces a tree mount to allow you to quickly and easily mount your trail camera to any tree and any position. Also be sure to check out the new Stick and Pick Mini Ground Mount. It's small enough to throw in your pack, but it's just as effective at holding your camera in position for the shot you need. To learn more about the full line of trail camera accessories from Stick and Pick, check out their website at stickandpick.com.